What's going on, guys and gals? My name is NekoFluttershy, and welcome to a video. Ability card activate. Fluttershy's tail. Yay. Yep, we're doing another Bakugan video today. Fuck it. And yeah, so this is actually going to be a video that, God damn it, I don't even, fuck me. It's just, so, I already forgot how to do things. So the last video was about me reminiscing and remembering, looking back on Bakugan memories that I had when I was younger and things like that. Now it's kind of time to take a look at the show and my thoughts on the show, and also the reboot Battle Planet. Now that series has been out for a while, and fuck it, I don't care about Battle Planet, but I will talk about it because why not? You can't kill me. But anyways, so let's go from the beginning. Bakugan was amazing. You had 6 original brawlers that were hell-bent on saving the world, multiple times actually. You had Dan, Runo, Marucho, Julie, Shun, and Alice. Now, oddly enough, one thing I forgot to mention in my Bakugan reminiscing thing, I had a crush on Alice. She was my imaginary girlfriend at that time, and I was like, oh, Alice is my girlfriend. No, you stay the fuck away from her. She's mine. Yeah, I was stupid. But the thing about it is, I just wanted to mention that because why not? In addition to that, they had Bakugan, which are these tiny sphere ball thingies that, you land them on gate cards and then you unleash their true power. In the real world, they're in the ball forms, because of blah 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 nerd shit that no one cares about. If you want to know more explanation, just watch the damn show yourself. But it followed again 6 battle brawlers that were hell-bent on saving the world from certain destruction and doom because of a Bakugan called Naga, which was in the first season. Now, how well does it hold up today? Oh boy! Now, if you look at animation, if you look at what they were going for, like anime, there are certain types of anime. There are classifications. There are certain anime that you need to look about. You have not so good anime that's anime, but it's nothing like what you normally would see, like Naruto and Inuyasha, things like that. So you have shows like Pokemon and Bakugan that aren't, they are anime, but they're not really good. And I'm not, there's flaws all over the place. People say that, voice acting, it's whatever. Pokemon, it's different. Because Pokemon's been lasting for 20 plus years, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Pokemon, although I think that Pokemon needs to die because it's been going on for too long, I think. The original good shit was fucking, Kanto and shit like that, but I digress. So, it had 6 battle brawlers and blah blah blah. Looking back on it, if you were to first start out watching it, not of nostalgia or anything, if you just wanted to start watching it from the beginning, for the very first time, you will notice right away that there are some problems. Which also, I should mention about other animation. You got anime like Bakugan and other things. You had, Chaotix, I think it was. Not Knuckles Chaotix, but Chaotix. You had Monsuno, you had other things around that time. And hell, even Yu-Gi-Oh! At that time, like the original Yu-Gi-Oh! There are awkward pauses. There are awkward voice acting. There's weird moments that don't make sense. The people say the wrong thing. For example, with Bakugan, they always say when they're throwing their gate cards, they almost always, from what I've noticed in New Destroya, they say gate card open instead of gate card set. Yeah. And they just left it in because I get it, it's for kids. But, you know, looking back on a show like that, it's odd. It's fucking weird to, you know, and there's a lot of consistency errors. There's a lot of other things wrong. And then you got the anime that is decent, pretty good. You know, you have like Pokemon, Naruto, things like that. Things that they're not bad, but they're not good either. Like, they're in the middle. And the same can be said for things like Bakugan and whatever. I enjoy Bakugan, even to this day. Sure, I was not really as die-hard of a fan now as I was back then. But I still enjoy it every now and then, just watching it for old nostalgic value and all that. But, you know, I mean, so you have things like that. Then you have the anime that's like Inuyasha and Durarara and Kakaishi. Things like that that are really good. Very badass anime that I think everybody and their cat should watch. You know? And then there's Miyazaki films. In other words, Studio Ghibli films. Those are a fucking league of their very own. I don't think they should be classified as anime. I think they should be classified as a masterpiece. The animation is so beautiful. The voice acting is good. You know, Miyazaki really did well with, you know, his films. You know, Spirited Away, Totoro, My Neighbor Totoro, and a bunch of other anime. I watched the fuck out of Spirited Away when I was younger. And I look back, and it still holds up to this day. Now, what does Bakugan offer in terms, like, if you were to watch it now? Well, I mean, it's whatever you make of it, really. Yes, there's the whole usual cliche, you know, friendship is magic sort of nonsense, and teamwork solves everything. Good versus evil, you know, those sort of things. Good always triumphs, and, you know, it's all about believing in your Bakugan, believing in your partner, and whatever. And ultimate power comes from that, and yada yada yada. You know, those sort of things that very cliche. But just because they're cliche doesn't exactly mean it's bad. Doesn't mean that it's horrible. I actually enjoy that. I like the fact that shows like this exist. And, you know, like the very first season, when they were establishing the characters, you know, sometimes, I mean, there's a lot of comedic value going on over there, you know, a lot of bickering between characters and blah blah blah. You also have, you know, I mean, some romance in there. You got Dan and Runo, even though, like, I mean, you can tell that's what they are at the very end of the anime, that they're boyfriend, girlfriend, you know, whatever. But they don't like to admit that and shit like that, so it's just like, yeah, it's whatever. But what is the action like? Well, the action, whew, there's plenty of it. This was a show that was geared toward young kids. So, I mean, it was intense, you know? Nothing, it wasn't anything like, you know, Fast and Furious or anything like that. Yeah, it's full of action, but there wasn't a lot of action that would be classified as whatever. But the thing about it is with Bakugan, it was aimed more toward young boys and, you know, things like that. So you had a bunch of action and whatever, things that, you know, kids would like and enjoy. And when it comes to that, it gets better. So, long story short, it's pretty much, you know what's gonna happen. You know, it's like, oh no, Drago did this, Drago did that. Oh no, how are they gonna save Destroya? Well, there's always a way. They actually, you know, you could definitely tell certain things. You could tell when things are going to happen, how things are going to play out. You know from the very beginning, right now. Like, when you were young, you wouldn't have noticed or understand it or anything like that, or even cared. But nowadays, watching it now, you know that good will triumph and blah, blah, blah. You know how this is going to work. You know how it's going to play out. But that, again, that's not necessarily a bad thing. See, my thoughts on Bakugan, and this may be mostly the nostalgia talking. You know, I'm seeing things through nostalgia glasses, you know, nostalgia goggles or whatever the fuck you kids these days are calling them. But it's true though. Like, even if you just watched it for the very first time, had no idea what was going on, you can still get a general idea, general premise of what is happening. And it's pretty simple to understand. Now, long story short, they save the day and all that. Now, okay, just a little tiny rant. Why is everybody saving the day? Why aren't they saving the night? Yeah, they should save the night as well. Why is it always, oh, I'm saving the day from whatever? No, I mean, that's cool and all, but can't you just save the night as well? Or to fucking save the twilight, save the fucking, I don't know. Just stop saving the day and the day only. You should save everything. Save the day, the night. Meh. Fuck it. But anyways, so that was just for Destroya. New Destroya is kind of the same way. You know, again, you could definitely tell that, you know, things are the way that they are. You know what, the same thing's gonna happen. Which, this could also be the fact that I saw these first. I saw Destroya and New Destroya first, and then, like, Gundillion Invaders and Mectanium Surge after that. However, when it comes to things like Mectanium Surge, I just don't like those nearly as much. And same with Gundillion Invaders. They were not nearly as good as, the first two seasons. Now, the second season, which is New Destroya, basically it's the same thing. In a way, there's a threat to the world of the Bakugan, a threat to also the human world, our world, and then, they have to figure out a way to fix that and save the worlds from being destroyed and collided and whatever. But there is something also in there that is pretty intense. So there's this character, there are these characters called the Vestals, and their job is to save the Bakugan and save the homes and save the world of the Bakugan and all that. But in addition to that, there's also the Vexos, which their goal is ultimate power. They don't care about the Bakugan. They don't care that, the Bakugan have feelings. They don't care about this and that they're living, breathing creatures just like, things on Earth. Just because they're from different dimensions and different worlds doesn't automatically mean anything. They still have feelings just like us. They still basically are us, except, they're not. That was a shitty way of putting it, but fuck it. But you know that there was actually a story, and it's the same way, it was like, yeah, I know what Bakugan is, blah blah blah. But again, you could easily tell a victory from a mile away. You could tell who's gonna win, and you could tell how it's gonna play out in the end. You know that good will triumph and blah blah blah. And the action is pretty much more intense, I would say, than in Destroya. Now, going back to the inconsistencies of Bakugan, Yeah, sure, they all the time, for the most part, they always say gate card open instead of set when they're throwing the gate card. And the rules have changed as well. In New Bestroya, you know, if you, you know, if your power level is 500 more, at least, than your opponents, you get to take their Bakugan after the match. After that particular battle. Not exactly the entire fight, but, you know, during the battle sequence. You know, when your Bakugan go back into their sphere forms. In addition, you know, in the original Bakugan, which is Vestroya, they had where, basically 3 ability cards, 3 gate cards, blah blah blah, 3 Bakugan. But here, anything goes, it seems like. And, in addition to that, holy shit! You know, there is more to that. Due to the fact that, you know, there's a lot to do, a lot to, you know, work out and whatever. And I would say the action is pretty much on par with what Bakugan should be. Now, at the end, I believe, I'm not sure, it's been a while since I've seen the actual ending, I'm actually getting to that right now. But at the very end, I believe, Marucho ends up making a Bakugan thingy, a Bakugan dimension-like thing, which, yes, they do that in the next season, which is Gundillion Invaders. Now, my thoughts on Gundillion Invaders, it's good, don't get me wrong, I like it, but there's something off about it. There's something weird that I don't like. I don't know what it is, because I haven't seen it in so long, but it's true. I mean, there's something with Gundillion Invaders that I'm just like, what the fuck is this? Where is Bakugan anymore? And I'm just like, even I don't know anymore. So, after that, like, basically it's the same thing. I mean, people are trying to take over the world and blah, blah, blah. Which, that's fine. I understand that's what people are trying to do. They're trying to do that sort of thing. They're trying to, take over the world and blah, 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 you know. And it's the same thing with Titanium Surge. Now, I don't like, I guess, how odd it is. I don't know. It's weird. Now, I like both. I like Titanium Surge, and I do enjoy Gundillion Invaders. But, I mean, the thing about it is, when it comes to Bakugan, I want familiarity. Which, I mean, yeah, it is true that there's a lot of action, there's a lot of familiarity. The Bakugan are pretty much the same, voice actors are the same, blah blah blah. But, I mean, in New Bestroya, you don't really see much of the other characters until later. Like, you don't see Alice or Runo or Julie or anything like that until later. And in Gundillion Invaders and Titanium Surge, they make even less of an appearance. So, the big question really lies with, what in the fuck is wrong with these people? Why did they decide not to, you know, stick with the characters? Why didn't they stick with more Marucho? Well, right? You see more Shun, Marucho, and Dan. You don't really see the rest of everyone else. Oh yeah, they do make appearances here and there, but it's whatever. I mean, but it's less and less every season, and I'm like, I don't remember, you know, I don't remember Julie or Runo actually showing up whatsoever in Meganium Surge. I actually do not remember that. Then again, it's been forever since I've seen that, so take that, as you will. But how far do they hold up today if you were to watch them? I mean, I guess they hold up pretty well. I guess you could say they're pretty good. And yeah. Now, what are my thoughts on Battle Planet? Oh boy. So first and foremost, the original voice actors and the voice cast are not there. I know it's a reboot. Don't you dare tell me otherwise. I know it's a reboot, blah blah blah. I know that it's not the same. However, the thing about it is that they fucked everything up. If it's going to be a reboot of Bakugan, they should follow the same rules. They should have gate cards, ability cards, and all that. They shouldn't exactly, do the exact different thing. I mean, I don't mind the difference, but, and also be taken into consideration that it's a reboot and not the same. It's a little bit more tolerable, but not by much. The thing I don't like about it is everything. First off, the obvious, the dog is a brawler. Since when can dogs play Bakugan? Okay? That's stupid. That makes no fucking sense at all. It's dumb as shit. Right? Dogs should not... And here's the thing. How does a Bakugan speak dog? Is it the same way with Pokemon? Can people speak Pokemon? Like... I don't get it. It's weird. It's wrong. And it's whatever. Plus there's Dan, which it's not really Dan. They call him Dan Kuzo instead of Kuso, but that's exactly what they were going for. And they had Shun, and I think he had the same last name, Shun Kazami. Yeah, no, that's not Dan, and that's not Shun. Where the fuck are the real Battle Brawlers? Where are they doing all this? I don't even know if Drago has the same voice actor. Probably not. I'm just like, how is this even a thing? I think it's probably dead now, because I haven't heard or seen any new episodes of Battle Planet in a while. Like, I don't even know where the fuck I was at. It's the same thing with watching the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot from back in the day. I had to force myself to watch that, just to say I've watched it. And no. Okay, also do yourself a favor and never watch that. Never watch the reboot of Nightmare on Elm Street. Okay? I know that has nothing to do with Bakugan, but fuck it. I'm just giving you a clarification. Never watch that, because it's shit. It's horrible. You're going to beg for the original back. I'm just saying. But after, they made Battle Planet, I don't know. I mean, the rules are they're more complex, right? I mean, Bakugan, as it stands, the original, it's very easy to understand. You have 3 ability cards, 3 gate cards, 3 Bakugan. And the Bakugan with the highest G power wins, blah, blah, blah. Usual shit, right? Well, here, oh god. It's weird, and it makes no sense at all. The rules don't make any sense. The characters don't make any sense. And I think, possibly, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the characters had the same voice actor as Spectre Phantom, aka Keith, from the Newbus Joy series. It's weird! It's fucking... And even, from what I remember, I think he kind of looked a little bit like Keith. Or Spectra. Also, okay, here's the thing I also liked about the original Bakugan. Battle Brawlers and, you know, Vestroya, New Vestroya, blah, blah, blah. The voice actors were cool. And the villains of the story, whew, they were awesome. Like, I did not know a single person that did not want to act and dress up like Masquerade or Spectra from, you know, those series, you know, from Vestroya and New Vestroya respectively. I don't think, hell, even I wanted to be them at one point. I still kind of do. Call me crazy, but I do. I actually want to be like Spectra because he's a fucking badass. Yeah, he goes more for power. He cares only about power, and even at the very end, you know, whatever, and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, at the end of the day, he's a badass. He looks fucking awesome with that coat. And, like, that mask that makes him look cool. I mean, also, if we're gonna be wearing masks, this is 2020, at the time of this video being recorded and uploaded, because I'm uploading this directly after, you know, I did the first video. But, you know, if we're gonna be wearing masks, you may as well fucking be like Shun or like Spectra or something like that. Plus, it's getting cold outside. It's turning into, you know, fall. I mean, it's already fall right now, but it's getting colder. The weather outside is getting worse, you know, and all that good shit. So, you know, there's that. And then, you know, so you gotta keep warm, right? You gotta keep as warm as you fucking can. And while you're focusing on these sort of things, you gotta take into account that you gotta look like a pro. You gotta look like you know what you're doing in life. Actually, a part of me was thinking about starting a new YouTube channel. Yeah, I know. Don't yell at me, guys and gals. I know it's a bad idea. Because I basically just got rid of the rest of my channels. I mean, they're still up. You can still watch videos and whatever, but yeah. They're basically dead. There's nothing left to upload on there. And the only thing I'm keeping is my gaming channel, which is actually my backup channel and blah, blah, blah. But I digress. So, after all that, you know, I was thinking maybe just doing another channel called Spectre Phantom. And maybe if I was lucky enough, I would get the actual voice actor who voiced Spectra to my video. Yeah, that's never gonna happen. Oh god, that's never going to happen at all. But anyways, so, you know, after all that, you know, my thoughts on Battle Planet is it sucks. Okay, it's not like what it should be. I think it's a shit stain on the Bakugan name. You know, and this goes to show that most, if not all, reboots or sequels are not good. Or not as good. You know? Like, the only reboot that was actually good, better than the original, is My Little Pony. Friendship is Magic. That's it. That's the only one I can think of offhand that's good. Everything else just sucks. I mean, you have Battle Planet, which is nearly as good as Battle Brawlers. And then you have the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. Not nearly as good. Not even in the same fucking league as the original. And then you have, you know, a bunch of other things back in the day that, and even now, they're not nearly as good as the originals. And so you're just like, oh yeah, a new generation of Bakugan, new generation of this and that. Oh, this sucks. It's horrible. Because it's true, it really is. It's not as good as it should be. But, So yeah, those were my thoughts on Bakugan. And there we go. Ooh. Oh really? Fuck your Mars facility. That's what I gotta say about it. So anyways, guys and gals, that's gonna be it for my thoughts on Bakugan. Now, my thoughts specifically is that Bakugan still holds up to this day. I think it still is good, no matter what. I think it's perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's enjoyable even to this day. Because you have something there that is... That was good for the time, and even still is. So yeah, just keep watching Bakugan. And remember, according to the Japanese song, we are #1 battle brawlers. Yay. So with that being said, guys and gals, that's it for this video. If you like this video, give this video a like. If not, that's fine too. Don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on the whole damn thing. And don't forget to subscribe. And click the bell icon down below to get notified of my future uploads and live streams and whatever the fuck else that I do. And as always, I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, people. And they're all dead. Bro! Boom! Oh yeah. Oh really? I do believe you are wrong, Samuel Hayden. I have my ways. And soon, all the Bakugan will be mine, and Fluttershy will take her naps. Again, I don't know what Fluttershy has to do with any of this, but I don't care. She's just a furball. But yeah!